So Jodie and Danielle, so I follow both of you on your personal and business Instagrams. And where is the line drawn between the two? And you'll have to figure out who's talking. And talk about who does what. Like maybe one of you does more than the other on one certain platform or so on.
Sure. So I'm Danielle. This is Jodie. Everyone gets us confused. She's actually 3 years older. But everyone thinks we're twins, so when we're in our 80s, she'll love that. So as far as Instagram goes, Jodie and I, like Rebecca, we started much later than Rebecca. Rebecca is OG. But we, when we came to the scene, we sort of like grew up with Facebook and not grew up with it, but it was part of our language, and we were used to being on these types of platforms, and we were very excited about Instagram because we felt like it was the best way to communicate our vision, literally, because everything's in pictures. And while Twitter was great for speaking directly to customers and interacting with people and learning what people liked and didn't like about your products, Instagram was a way for you to show the behind the scenes. And we've always had the intention of making it look like a magazine that Jodie and I are curating. As far as social media goes, we both have a hand in it. I run our social media and digital, and Jodie does more of the business side of the business. But, at the end of the day, we're all wearing so many different hats that depending on where we are, if Jodie's shopping in a flea market and she's on a trip and she's got great content, she texts it to me and we'll say postcards from @JodieLyns, which is her personal name. But I think we recognized very early on that the brand should have a voice that was a combination of my voice and Jodie's voice, and that we are two very different people, even though we look identical. So I started Danielle A. Snyder, which is my personal, and Jodie has JodieLyns, and I think that kind of showcases. Oh my God, she changed it. That's right. It's now Jodie Snyder-Morel. See? Okay, thank you. She's married and her husband's adorable. His last name's Morel, so it's Jodie Snyder-Morel. But yeah, I think we both we keep the brand very brand on while we do feature things like beautiful scenery from a trip or full fashion where it's not just about accessories. The core of it is really about DANNIJO, the brand, and our personals are about the lifestyle and the people behind the brand. Do you want to add anything? I think I said it all.
Does it ever get too personal?
I think you just have to figure out where to draw the line. You can let people I'm Jodie. So I think for Danielle and I, what's great, I think, about how we run our Instagram or what people really respond to is that it's very organic. And even for our DANNIJO handle, we do things, we'll plan out certain things that are happening for the brand, but a lot of what we do on social media is not necessarily planned days before. And for us, I feel like when it's authentic and organic, our customer relates to it more. So with our personals, obviously you can post whatever you want, but we post things that are a little more personal, but I think there's certain things that we want to share and there's other things that you want to keep private. So, we try to kind of have a balancing act where DANNIJO is about the brand, but Danielle and me as people. And like Danielle said, we're not twins. We do have different personalities and are not always together, even though we are 98% of the time. So for our personals, it's really about what inspires each of us. Yeah.
The 2%.
Exactly.
They used to live together at one time.
She only lives a floor below.
Oh. They live very close.